What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator with me, the Virtual Mechanic, and today's beautiful project, this 1968 Dodge Charger RT. I absolutely love this one. This is one of my favorite cars of all time. I've saved it very close till last, but I can't wait to get stuck into this one. But don't forget to come and join us on the official Red Dot Games Discord server. Competition ends today. This is the last day you can enter. It closes tonight at 10 p.m. BST. And if you don't know that time zone, there's very easy ways to convert that online. 10 p.m. BST is when the competition closes. The winner will be announced tomorrow, Thursday, at 10 p.m. at BST as well. Good luck to everybody taking part. There is still time for you to enter if you do want to enter. But if not, just go and vote for whoever your favourite is. 3 DLCs up for grab for this one. The beautiful Mopar 3-in-1 DLC, including Dodge, Plymouth and Chrysler. We very nearly made it to the end of all of the cars by the time we got there. But today is the turn of this beautiful Dodge Charger. Let's have a look. It is the 1968 Dodge Charger RT Standard Edition. There is only the one edition. It is available from the barnyard, the junkyard, or the auction house. And we got ours from the auction house. And I'll be honest, it's not that bad. The parts are a little bit low, but everything else seems relatively decent. We'll call that. Did I get a good deal for this one? Absolutely not. Bought it for 26,308 and could only sell it for 23,918, losing out on 2,395 before we even begin, which is a bit of a shame. We will be taking this one obviously onto that drag strip, try and win another tournament, slightly better than the Cordoba we did yesterday, or not yesterday, on Monday. But there we go. The engine in this one is the V8 Hemi 440 Magnum. That is an older renamed engine, but I haven't done the Magnum with this set yet, so we'll definitely be doing this one. It's got 375 factory horsepower on there. We will be increasing that as much as we can, as well as trying to make this engine look as beautiful as we can. There are definitely some parts missing, but there we go. But let's get this Charger started. Let's get it over to the car wash. Let's get it cleaned up. Here we are then in the car wash. Let's get it cleaned and see what we've got going on underneath this dust and grime. What colour are you? A steel blue? Blue steel, you know, we'll call it that. Not what we're definitely going to stick with today, but there we go. Let's get the interior done. Get this absolute bad boy back on the lifter. Start ripping everything out, tearing everything down. Get this one ready to go all back together and then tearing up that wonderful drag strip. Let's check for that oil pan. There is no oil pan, so we won't need to drain that. There is a lot missing from this engine, but there we go. So let's jump in underneath and start getting this one out. We'll take out the drive shaft first and come across our first rusty bolt of the day. Out you come. And our second rusty bolt of the day. Nice and easy. I can already see right now the starter is missing, so I'm going to add that to my shopping list so that I don't forget it now. Nice and easy. Let's pull the gearbox out. And also, there is no exhaust at all, but that can be added to the shopping list whenever. Just need the gearbox in to find that starter. So we'll come back to that later, but let's get the car back down and try and rip what's left of that engine out of that engine bay. Open up the hood, and out you come. Nice, that's what we like. Let's get you put away. So we know we're missing a lot from the engine. Are we also missing everything from the engine bay? We are indeed. We got the wishy-washy reservoir, the radiator, battery, power steering reservoir, the fuse box, brake servo, and that looks to be about it from there. I can't see anything else. Down the back, we're also missing the fuel tank and fuel pump, and as we've also stated, all of that exhaust down there, so we don't need to strip anything off from this beautiful beast. We do seem to have a lot of the suspension. We're missing a lot of the bushings at the front there. The rest of it looks pretty complete. The back is missing a few shocks and a couple of little bits here and there. So we're going to get all of that stripped out, ready to go back together, replace what we need to replace, so on and so forth. And then when we come back, it'll be time to sort out this beautiful Charger's lovely bodywork before heading into the paint shop and picking a colour. That's everything mechanical, repaired, replaced, or upgraded, ready to go back on our beautiful Charger. But now we need to sort this bodywork out, so let's start getting it all off. Out you come. Nice little front bumper and the license plate on there. I love these headlights, absolutely fantastic. Anything else on the front? Doesn't look like it. Windshield, out you come. Door, mirror, and a window. Body window, rear window. Then we got the trunk, tail lights. Helps if I hold it long enough. There we go. Rear bumper and license plate. Anything else on there? Doesn't look like it. Body window and door, mirror, and window. I think we actually might have had everything for the exterior there. Lovely seats. Let's get these out. Are these all new seats? I do believe so. Charger front seats and charger bench. Is the steering wheel new steering wheel? It is as well. A charger steering wheel. That is what we like. Now, have we got everything off? That's not the screen I want. 1% on there. That's always a good sign. And then nothing showing up on there. The frame's at 42%. And I bought the car for a little over 26,000. Oh, I'm gonna go 1,500 straight up. 1,500, bang on, liking that. Very happy with that one, with the Dodge Charger. Let's have a look for the body tuning. Obviously, there is no body tuning, but if we go into the normal body shop, the Dodge Charger RT, and there we go. Everything's a like-for-like replacement. Nice and simple. The headlights are under the covers, which I think is a beautiful touch, in my opinion. Loving the rear tail lights, and then everything else just goes back as it is. So now we're going to get ours all back together. We'll get everything repaired first, then start getting it back together, then we'll get it into the paint shop. Let's get these body panels back on so we can get this lovely Charger a new colour shade on there. So let's just start getting it all back together. Hood and fenders on you go. Then we've got the lovely headlights that sit under the cover there. And a cheeky front bumper. In with the windshield, on with the door. Then we've got window, and a mirror just on there for the left side. Round to the back. Rear window, trunk on there. Then we've got the tail lights, the rear bumper, and obviously the other tail light on there. Then door and window, a mirror for the right-hand side. And that should be everything for the bodywork. But we want to get in and get this interior in. Before we do that, I'm going to go into here and just show you lovely Charger rear bench, 2 new front seats, and obviously the beautiful steering wheel on there. Easy to search just for Charger. You will find them. So let's get them in our beautiful car. Lovely new bench. In you go. New seats. And then if I could get a better view so we can sort of see it a little bit. Lovely new steering wheel on there. Hopefully that's going to look good when we throw some colour on it later. Let's get on. We've got plates to go. I've gone for VM plates. I haven't put anything on them yet. So I haven't got my VM plates. I'll sort them out in just a second. Probably just going to say Charger or maybe Charger RT depending on the lettering. We shall see. But then I think we've got everything back together. It's going to be weird because I haven't got the plates on. So it's only going to say 90%. So let's just put these blank plates on for the moment. Around we go to the front. On with the blank plates. And just check that we have got everything. 100%, 100%, 100%. Fantastic. I'll get them plates swapped and let's get it into the paint shop. In the paint shop with a beautiful Dodge Charger. I've sorted out the plates. Just put Charger on them or my VM plates. As always, looking pretty good. But let's have a look through the liveries first. In slot number 1, we've got black stripes. Let's just add a bit of colour into this. No, I just want to go for that. Add a bit of white into it. There we go. Lovely black stripes on there. Looking pretty good. Slot number 2 is a white stripe, so let's just swap that into black. There we go. That's actually looking pretty good in the black and white, but probably not what we're going to go for. Into slot number 3, what have we got? The black bar down at the back going across. Very fitting. Quite liking that one. Slot number 4 is the front stripe. There we go. Going across the front reflector bits on there. Not my favourite livery, I'm not going to lie on that one. I think it's a bit weird, but there we go. Maybe incorporating it into another livery as well. And then slot number 5, Charger number 4, is just the black hood on there. Looking quite nice. We're going to go with one of the 2 racing stripes. I'm not sure yet, the black or the white. We'll put it in black for the moment. Let's have a look at some of the colours. Lovely metallic silver on there. Looking pretty good. Then we've got the solid grey. That's the colour it came in. Definitely not what we're going to go for. A bit of blue in there as well, I believe. Then we got all them classic blues, the purple, the red, lots of greens, quite liking them. Probably what we're going to end up with is that solid orange. I think it looks really, really good. I'm undecided with the black or white stripes at the moment. Then we've got this burgundy sort of red. Then this creamy sort of white. A lovely pink, blue, and red going across there with another white. White with the black stripes actually looks quite good. No. Yellow, beige, then some browns, another deeper purple, and then this off sort of colour on there. I'm not sure. I'm definitely going with the orange. But what do we reckon? Do we reckon orange with black stripes or orange with white stripes? I'm unsure. I do like the white. I just think it's a bit bright. With all the other black accents on there, I think I'm just going to go for some black stripes on that solid orange. So let's just get it on. There we go. Get that colour applied. Walking around, spraying it all on. Looking very, very good on there. Let's open up the hood. It's very orange in there, so we're going to just splash in some oranges, some of that black for definite, and then something else, maybe a bit of carbon fiber, a bit of brushed aluminium maybe might make this engine really pop. We shall see once we get into painting it. And I may include just a few splashes of red on there as well. As always, we're going to take the seats into the paint booth, see if we can get a bit of orange on them, make them look a bit cooler, and see if we can do anything with that steering wheel as well. Loving this interior in here with all that sort of brushed sort of... What is that down the center there? That looks brushed. I want to go into photo mode and get a better view of that. So let's just have a quick look. Is that actually brushed? Oh, no, it's just like a pleated roller thing. There we go. I can see it now. And then up onto the dash. Oh, it is the same with the that sort of pleated effect. So maybe that will mix in well with a bit of brushed aluminium. We shall see. Looking pretty good so far. So I'm going to crack on, start getting everything painted, get this beast back on the lifter, and start getting it all back together. That's everything painted on the Charger, ready to go back together. Some few things have changed, some obvious, some are not so much. So let's just get into them. If we nip around here, you can obviously see the seats are orange. The underside of the front seats is still in its normal grey, but the back seats is just orange all over. Pretty good on there. And then we did add a little bit of orange onto the steering wheel in that centre part as well. Still sticking up with the original colours in there. Looking quite nice. Down to the back. The rear bumper has been painted in brushed aluminium along with the rear tail lights. Along with the tail lights, which is doable thanks to the quality of life mod. Along to the front, we also have that front bumper in that brushed aluminium as well. Looking absolutely beautiful. But let's get it up in the air and start getting some of this suspension all together. Shocks-wise, we've got orange shocks and black springs on there. Looking quite nice. On you go. Let's get them together and let's start getting all of this in and ready to go. You know the drill by now. We're going to throw in this brushed aluminium front suspension cross member. Looking quite nice. Then some clips of everything else going in, and we'll talk about it all in just a moment. On with the brake drum in orange, and that's half of the suspension all finished. Plenty of brushed aluminium, a little bit of black in there as well, and then a few splashes of orange on the top just to keep that color theme going. Looking very good down at the back. Can I get to the front, please? There we go. At the front, obviously, we got that brushed aluminium cross member and the brushed knuckle cover. There we go. Black in the upper and lower suspension arms, black in the sway bar and the steering rack. And then orange into black in the inner and outer tie rod. Orange on the sway bar end link. Orange on the brake caliper. Black on the front wheel hub. And then orange on the hubcap on there. Looking very nice. I need to get back down the back, though. Let's carry on with a few bits here. We got that beautiful fuel tank, which we've kept in that black. The fuel pump itself in the lovely little orange. And that's about it for the moment. I'm going to crack on, get the rest of the suspension all finished. We'll come back and sort out that beautiful engine bay before going and building that beautiful Hemi Magnum V8 engine. Brushed aluminium, black and orange on the underside in the suspension. Looking absolutely beautiful. What do you guys think? Do let me know in the comments below. But now we got to get on and sort the engine bay out. Fuse box is already in a cheeky little black. So let's get the battery in, the power steering reservoir, the brake servo, and the wishy-washy reservoir. And then the last piece to go in the engine bay is just this radiator, which we've kept in the black. Looking absolutely fantastic with this little chromed out cap on there. Looking very, very good. Obviously not much colour in there at all as it stands at the moment. Hopefully we'll be able to throw in a little bit more once we get this beautiful Magnum V8 Hemi engine built. Looking fantastic. On the block, we've got black and brushed aluminium on there. The heads are in brushed aluminium. And obviously, we've got that oil pan just in the orange down there. Engine heads themselves all finished on this side. So let's crack on with this side and talk a little bit more about it. There are 4 spark plugs on either side. So just the one extra to go in there. And it's 8 in total. Then we got the valve push rods. There are 8 of them on either side. So 16 in total with the last going in. And then there's a 1 rocker arm on either side. So 2 of them in total as well. And in you go. And that's the top part of the engine finished for now. We've already got the timing chain and the cam gear on there ready to go. Just saving ourselves a bit of time. The timing cover, oh, it's in white. It's because it's in a brushed aluminium. There we go. Just carrying on with a bit of the brushed aluminium front theme going on there. Then we've got the water pump, which is in orange and black. looking quite good on there. Just adding in a splash more of colour onto these parts. Then we got the two arms, both in the brushed aluminium, looking fantastic, holding the alternator and the power steering pump. The alternator is in an orange and black, looking very good on there. And then the power steering pump is also in an orange and black on the other side, just keeping the alternation theme going. Really liking that one. Then we got a black water pump pulley, a black crankshaft pulley, and a bright orange oil filter, just for good measure on there. Belts are in black as per usual, so let's just get them on. And then we've got a big old radiator fan in that brushed aluminium at the front. Looking absolutely fantastic. Loving that one. We've also got the ignition coil, which has got a splash of orange in it, mostly in the letter, and it doles out this red a little bit there. Then if we go on to our ignition distributor, this is in black and brushed aluminium, but the other way around is how I normally do it. Black based, the outer stuff in that brushed aluminium. Rotor not painted because we don't need to. And then the distributor cap in an orange, but it is orange and black. Black steel is the other colour, just to keep this bit black and not faded orange on there. For the clips, we just went for a brushed aluminium because why not? And it goes with the rest of the build. Looking fantastic. Engine head covers are just in a cheeky little orange. Thought we'd just splash a tiny bit more of that inside the engine bay, as they're, you know, all right, there is quite a bit of orange, as it's mostly orange in there, but I feel it adds to the colouring. Then the intake manifold is in that beautiful, beautiful brushed aluminium, looking very good on there. We've also got the carburetors in black and brushed aluminium, keeping that one going. I really love how you get these little arm bits on the side in the aluminium. It looks so, so good. And then we got the filter base in an orange, and then the air filter in the performance parts red, and then the air filter cover in that brushed aluminium, looking so, so good. Fuel filter just in a cheeky black on there. And if we just nip down to the side, the exhaust manifolds are in a very, very shiny black compared to everything else. Everything's got a bit of dullness to it. These are incredibly shiny, and hopefully will look good with the rest of the exhaust when we get all of that in just a little while. On you go. Just one more piece left to go on this beautiful engine, and that's the ignition wires. And we've just kept them in a very tasteful black on there. Looking very, very good. I love that. I think it looks fantastic. Brushed aluminium, black and orange. Let's get it dropped into the charger, though, and see how good it looks. In you go, you beautiful beast of an engine. Let's get you put away. Go into photo mode so we get just a slightly better angle. And let's go up and have a look. That's looking good, especially with that front bumper in the brushed aluminium. If only I could have got these bits around the grille in that as well, it would have looked even better. But still, that looks absolutely fantastic in there. Let's get you up in the air, though. We've got the gearbox, the drive shaft, and them last bits of exhaust just to go in. Get this one all finished up and ready to go. Starting with that gearbox, we've got it in a black and brushed aluminium, mostly in brushed aluminium with a few little black accents on there. Looking very nice. In you go. Then we've got the starter, which is just in a full black. Haven't done that in a little while. And then if we just nip onto the drive shaft, if it's going to let me, there we go. This is two-tone. This is in orange and that brushed aluminium. You've got a bit of orange down at the back there with an aluminium connection. And then the aluminium bar just at the front, looking very nice. If we go onto the exhaust, front exhaust sections are just in a total black on there, looking nice. Then we got the second front exhaust pipes. These are in black and brushed aluminium. So you got a bit of brushed aluminium and then that weave just in the black on there, looking good. Middle muffler, again, at two-tone with the black and brushed aluminium. You got brushed aluminium on the main body of it, and then black just on the pipe there, looking very good. And if we go down to the rear, if I can get a decent place, very much same as the middle, where you've got the big bulk of it in the brushed aluminium, and then the pipe coming out the back, just in that black on there. On you go, and on you go. Let's take a walk out the back and see how good it looks. So far, black and brushed aluminium, then a few more splashes of orange in there. That's all looking pretty good. And then the black pipes just coming out the back. Wrong side to pick the car back down. I'm on this side. Just want to see them exhausts when it goes down. They are still visible and just about sticking out from that black livery. Looking absolutely fantastic. We're going to get the windows tinted, liquids topped up. Some beautiful wheels done. This doesn't have any specific wheels to go with it, so we're just going to pick some that look good. And then we'll get this beautiful Charger outside in the sun. Well, there's the beautiful Charger all finished, looking beautiful in orange black, and that little bit of brushed aluminium are visible in a few places, mostly in the engine bay. but still available, visible in a few places. Looking absolutely fantastic. Almost missed something there. We did tint the rear tail lights, just added a bit of black to them, just making the rear of this car looking a little meaner than it did with the red lights on. But let's run over to the front. Let's get inside that engine bay. I absolutely love that. I think it looks so good in there with the black, orange, and brushed aluminium. What do you think? Do let me know in the comments below. Let's talk about these rims. I went for the rim at Retro 11 today. As you can see, they've got this split line running through the middle. Now, this is black color and brushed aluminium and mix. I can't remember which mix, but have a play. You'll be able to find it. You can basically either have the whole rim in brushed aluminium or a bit of black down there, or just all brushed aluminium, or all black, or you can have them black with a little bit of that brushed aluminium, just giving a bit of separation to all them spokes. I think that looks fantastic, in my opinion. Excellent job on there. The rims, though, for the fronts, they're a 17-inch rim with a 235 width, plus a 50 profile on there, and we've also painted the tyre orange to get that whole shot showing up orange, but if we throw the torch on it, you can just about see the tyre itself has got a bit of an orange tinge to it, but it still looks good. Down the back, very similar. Colour-wise is exactly the same. The rims themselves are an 18-inch rim, so we did go a little bit bigger. 285 width, so a lot bigger. And then a 45 profile, so we brought the profile down just a little bit for the rears. I'm liking it. I think it looks very good. Obviously, inside, a better look now. Obviously, the rear bench is just completely orange. The front seats have got the plastic bases and orange seats on them, and then that steering wheel, just a little bit of orange on there for good measure. All of the metallic-y effects in here with their little wrinkled looks or crimpled looks, whatever, really think, in my opinion, fits in with that brushed aluminium. I love it in here. This is so cool. I cannot wait to sit in one of these in real life. But anyway, let's get this one started and hear that Magnum Hemi V8. We've had this one before, just under a different name, so let's just give it some gas. Still sounding quite mighty and powerful at the top end. Not as grumbly as some of the other engines, as much as I prefer it. But let's get this beast onto the dyno, see what its horsepower will be, what its drag rating is, and then get this one over to the drag strip. On the dyno with the Dodge Charger RT and its Magnum V8 Hemi engine, 375 factory horsepower. How much have we added today with the performance parts, and what will its drag rating be? A gain of 305 horsepower, 82%, almost. Not quite, though, a whole new engine added on, bringing us up to 680 horsepower. That's pretty good. And a drag rating of A, 413. We're just in the A, quite low in the A class. It should make the drag racing quite interesting, but still in that top category, just as we like it. Let's have a look at the gearbox tuning. That's what we've gone for today, a 2.54 ratio, 80 kilometers an hour in first gear, 324 kilometers an hour in top gear. I've kept it as the same 4 gears as normal, as the car comes with just a little bit of fine tuning to get it how I want it. Obviously, we've got no ECU, but we do have one carb fully tuned and ready to go. There's a little short linked up here, so you can go and watch that one, or there's a link in the description below to go and find that one, the best way to tune the carburetor. So let's get into it. Let's get over to the drag strip and see what we can do with the Dodge Charger RT. We've made it to the drag strip with the beautiful Dodge Charger RT. Let's get into it. King of the Sands, 1 mile A-class, as we're only just in it and pay that 1,000 entry fee. And who have we got with us today? Our first race is against the 2000 GTR Nissan Skyline Resto mod. That's pretty epic. We've got 2 McLaren P11s racing off against each other. Happy with that. Who else have we got with us today, though? Nissan GTR. Nice to see you in the Salem Spectro SR up there. We go down. We've got Truck Fan in the Infiniti G35 Top Secret. That is top secret. Not sure who's to be playing with that one just quite yet. I haven't got round to it. And we also have Mietzi in the Smith & Parker Outlaw N from the Hot Rod DLC, the one that most people don't like as much. But let's get into our first race against that Nissan Skyline 2000 GTR Resto mod. A classic Skyline with the Resto mod body on it, looking absolutely fantastic against the Dodge Charger RT. Now, in my head, the Charger should absolutely smash this, but I'm not 100% sure. So let's go. Let's find out. Off the line, into second. Where are we? We are pulling away out in front. Happy with that. Into third. And I can still see that Skyline just about in the rear window there. But let's get this beast of a Charger into top gear and get it across the line. And see what sort of times and speeds we can get from it today. It does look like we've lost the skyline now. Happy with that. We're not going to go out in the first race. Fingers crossed at least. Still got a little while to go yet, but there we go. Let's get across the finish line. There it is. And let's have a look at some times. 11.040 to the quarter of a mile. Definitely not the quickest, but definitely faster than that skyline. 27.7 to the 1 mile. And we did manage to squeeze out 300 kilometers an hour from this absolutely beast of a Charger, smashing the Nissan Skyline. Unfortunately, not quite good enough. So let's get in. Let's move on to the next round and see who we're up against. We've lost Truck Fan, we've lost Mietzi, but Nissan GTR is still in there in the Salem Spectre SR against the Porsche 911 RWB. That's going to be a hard race. Our next race is against the Liberty Walk McLaren 650S. I don't quite know how we're going to do in there. A couple more McLarens down here. And then obviously we've got the Mayan M8R and that Aston Martin replica in there. So let's get in and try and beat the Liberty Walk 650S. Well, there it is. It is a muscle car versus hypercar. Is that as far as hypercar yet for that 650S? I'm not sure, but it's definitely a supercar. So let's try and beat it. It is a brand new mod from Payne, which we will get round to in a couple of episodes' time once we've finished with all this DLC content. But today, we need to try and beat it. So let's go. Off the line. Come on, you beautiful Charger. Into second. We are pulling away as it stands at the moment into third. But I do think, yeah, it is definitely catching us up. And it's probably going to fly past. Let's get into top gear. There we go. And can we hold our own against the McLaren 650S? Oh my God, we are pulling away. We've got a little bit more top end than the McLaren. Definitely happy with that. I did think we might lose this one. Let's get across the line and see if that was any better than our first run. 11.132 to the quarter of a mile. So sadly, not as good as our first run. 27.786 to the 1 mile. Also not quite as good, but we're still holding on to that 300 kilometer an hour top speed. Sorry, McLaren. You didn't quite beat our beautiful muscle car Dodge Charger. Now we're heading off against Nissan GTR in the Salem Spectre SR. Your name is a car. Makes this a little bit difficult. But there we go. We've got to try and beat that with the Dodge Charger RT. Down on the other side, we've got another McLaren 650S, the GT3, versus that replica Aston Martin. Are we going to be able to beat Nissan GTR and make it into that final? Let's find out. Classic muscle versus a representation of modern muscle in the in-game brand of the Salem Spectre. Looking pretty good. Who's going to take this crown and make it into the final? Fingers crossed it's us, but let's go. Off the line, into second. And we've got a better start than that Salem Spectre into third. Can we keep hold of it, though, and stay in front all the way across the finish line and make it into that final race? And hopefully win another drag tournament with another one of these beautiful DLC Mopar cars in the Dodge Charger RT. One of my favourite looking cars of all time. And I'm so glad we've made it at least this far. We've got 3 solid races in and across the line. And we've made it into the final. 11.113 to the quarter of a mile. Again, not as good as our first run. 27.792 to the 1 mile. Again, not as good as our first run. And this one as well, slightly slower on the top speed, at only 299 kilometers an hour. Whereas before, we were topping out at 300. But we did beat the Salem Spectre. We have made it into the final. Let's get on, see who we're up against, and try and win all that money. Well, there we go. All of our friends are now out, and we did the final blow to Nissan GTR in his Salem Spectre SR. But we've made it into the final with our Dodge Charger RT, ready to take on the McLaren 650S GT3. This is going to be a tough final race. What did we race off against before? The 650S Liberty Walk. The GT3 should be more track spec. It might have a little higher of a top speed. That McLaren 650S is beautiful. The GT3 proper race spec version against our relatively standard Dodge Charger, tuned up, but it is still pretty standard. And let's be honest, who's going to take the win in this final race of the day? Let's go. Off the line. Come on, into second. And we got a better start. We did get a better start. Are we going to beat this McLaren as well? We do seem to be staying out in front as it stands at the moment. And there it goes, just past the rear window now. should put us in a good stead to win this beautiful drag tournament. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it's not going to get some mighty top speed and just fly past us right at the end. I certainly hope not. Doesn't look like it. Let's just get across the line. And will this be our best run of the day? 11.107 to the quarter of a mile, so unfortunately not, which is a bit of a shame. 27.765 to the 1 mile, and still it's that lower top speed at 299 kilometers an hour. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but the one that will be going down on the speeder board was our very first run, where we did an 11.040 to the quarter of a mile, a 27.7 dead to the 1 mile, with a top speed of 300 kilometers an hour. Let's go and collect our winnings, get the Charger back to the garage, get this bad boy sold on, hopefully for a tasty bit of profit. There it is, 11,250 winnings from the drag strip. I'm always happy with that. Bearing in mind, we were only down by 2,395 at the beginning, so we've already clawed all of that back, plus a little extra. So hopefully we should definitely be able to make some money from this beautiful Dodge Charger. Let's get it back to the garage. Let's do a final roundup and get it sold on. All finished with the Dodge Charger, and I love that engine. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. But let's talk about it. We managed to do the quarter of a mile in 11.040 seconds, the 1 mile in 27.7 flat seconds, with a top speed of exactly 300 kilometers an hour from this absolutely stunning Dodge Charger. I've really enjoyed this one. It looks absolutely fantastic. But let's talk some facts and figures. I bought the car for 26,308, and we should have sold it at a loss of 2,395 at the very beginning. Obviously, we didn't do that. We spent another 39,672 modifying, upgrading, tuning, and painting this beautiful Charger, putting our total spend at 65,980. And considering we only managed to come a 74th on the speeder board, not really that great, in all honesty, but there we go. Let's see if we can make some money from this beautiful Dodge Charger. Let's get in. Let's take a look. Well, there it is, all 100% complete. Definitely looking a lot better than it did at the beginning of the episode. That engine taken from 375 horsepower, tuned all the way up to 680, a gain of 82%. Very happy with that, but we did spend 65,980 to get there. Can we sell it on for some profit? With a sale price of 127,959, we definitely can. Leaves us with 61,978 profit from this beautiful Dodge Charger, plus our drag strip winnings of 11,250. Leaves us with 73,228. Absolutely loving that, but it's time to say goodbye. Off you go, Dodge Charger. I really, really enjoyed that one. Absolutely fantastic. Only 2 more new cars to go. We all know this one's coming last, but up next we have the beautiful other version of the Plymouth Roadrunner. This is the Plymouth Roadrunner 440 instead of the 426 Hemi. Did we get a good deal on this one? I almost went to the wrong place. 7,751 is what I paid, and I could sell it for 7,614, losing out, but only just on 137 credits. Not too bad. Definitely think we'll be able to claw that one back. The engine in this one is the V8 Hemi 440 6-pack. Obviously, an engine we have seen before, but it doesn't matter. We're going to be building this beast with it. 390 factory horsepower from this one. How much can we tune it up by and make it absolutely incredible? You are going to have to tune in on Friday to find out. So make sure you join us back here on Friday for this beautiful Plymouth Roadrunner. What did you think of the stunning Dodge Charger RT today? Do let me know in the comments below. I'm always happy to hear from you guys what you think. Leave me a cheeky little like. Make sure you are subscribed and share this video as far and wide as you feel like you want to share it. Somebody you know must enjoy it, especially if you enjoyed it too. Hope you have a wonderful day, whatever it is you're getting up to. Thank you so much for watching, and especially for sticking around to the end. Yes, you are my most important people that I make these videos for. So thank you for watching and sticking around. Have a wonderful day, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.